Hey YouTube, welcome back to Axis and Allies, the Garrison. This is Detroit coming to you from the bunker here in Rochelle Park, New Jersey with another episode of the YouTube Wars. This is Axis and Allies, the Garrison. Alright, so it is episode 5.2. It is the Soviet Union's turn. Dutch VK Cowboys Red Army will have the opportunity to strike back at the German invader. And I guarantee you that's exactly what Cowboy will do today. Man, what a series of battles were fought. Okay, I was very impressed. I'm, just astounded at the roles that Cowboy had in this Russian turn. Okay, so sit tight and watch this episode. I'm sure that you're going to enjoy it. Oh, by the way, okay, as you guys well know, I was actually very sick with the flu. Very sick, not only myself, but my family as well. But I was absolutely astounded by the fact that so many of you in the community reached out to me to make sure that I was okay. I'm very appreciative. Okay, myself and my family, we're doing well, we're doing fine, and we are on the way to a full recovery. Thank God for that. Okay, as a gesture of my appreciation to the fact that many of you reached out to find out how I was doing, I will be holding a prize giveaway where I will be giving away a couple of my painted pieces that I recently did. Okay, I'll be giving away 3 Panther tanks, 2 German Tiger tanks, and I believe the battleship Bismarck. Okay, so I'll be holding this draw approximately a week from now. Okay, if you guys want to participate, just 2 things. Let me know that you're interested in participating in the draw, and the second is that you subscribe to the channel. That is assuming that if you haven't already done so. Okay, I would very much appreciate your support. Okay, so this is a general prize giveaway for everybody. Anybody can participate. Okay, I hope that the winner of the draw can enjoy these custom painted game pieces that I myself enjoy when I use my own set to play the game that we all love. All right, guys, let me know what you think. And don't forget that if you want to participate in the draw, just let me know who you are, throw your name in there, and that you're subscribed. All right, so it is episode 5.2. It is Russia's turn. VK Cowboy gets to counterattack with his Russian Red Army against the evil Nazi Germany, who has been aggressively fighting and warmongering against the Allied powers. Yes, the evil Germans. All right, so it is VK Cowboy's turn. VK, who is an experienced Axis and Allies player, will get to make his turns this round, this turn for the Soviet Union. All right, so Soviet Union starts its turn with a total of 29 IPCs, which is a little bit low for the Soviet Union, I believe. 29 IPCs. With those 29 IPCs, Cowboy will be purchasing 2 heavy armor. And let's keep in mind that the Russians have weapons technological development of heavy armor or super tanks, which can attack, excuse me, can attack and defend with a die roll of 4 or less. All right. They also purchased 2 artillery divisions and recruited 3 new ground infantry divisions off the streets of Leningrad. Okay, so that's a total of 2 armor, 2 heavy armor, 2 artillery, and 3 ground divisions. All right, so let's go ahead with the current ground and naval situation for the Soviet Union this turn. All right, the Soviet Union still has a small fleet, okay, off the coast of 115, consisting of a cruiser and a submarine. Okay, and it's parked off the coast of Leningrad. Okay, so the Russian Navy is still in the game. However, unfortunately for the Russian Navy, it is landlocked. Reason being that the Russian Navy does not control the Strait of Denmark. Okay, meaning thus that it is landlocked. It's basically not landlocked, but it is surrounded by peninsulas or some sort of topographical feature or other that denies the Russian Navy an exit to the greater at Northern Atlantic region and the North Sea region. All right, enough talk. As far as, actually, I'm forgetting to review Russia's current ground situation. So let me go into that a little bit here. As you guys can tell, Dutch has been very efficient and very aggressive in his own gaming, in his own right. He has pushed deep into Rostov, has taken Bryansk, all right, and is currently threatening the city in Volgograd called Stalingrad, which is a very symbolic city. Reason being that during the Second World War, it was the namesake of Joseph Stalin, Stalingrad. All right, thus Stalingrad. So as you can see, the German army, the Wehrmacht, has been pushing on the southern front very aggressively. The northern front, the central front though, and northern fronts are pretty much a stalemate. What's going on here is a back and forth between the Germans and Russians, where they both take turns either taking eastern Poland, Baltic states, and whatnot. It's a back and forth thing that's going on here between both powers. Okay, so that's just to give you guys an idea. Okay. Also, let's not forget that that's besides the point. I was going to talk about Germany, but it's actually Russia's turn right now, so disregard that. So let's go ahead then with the 3 battles that Cowboy declared for the Soviet Union. All right, the first battle, it's going to be the battle for Rostov. You have 1 ground infantry division moving up north and attacking Rostov, where you have 1 German infantry division defending. Then you have a 2nd infantry division coming from Stalingrad, a 3rd coming from Tambov. So that's 3 infantry, Russian Red Army divisions attacking the 1 German infantry division defending. You also have an additional armored division coming south. It's blitzing through Tambov and attacking the Germans in Rostov. So that's 4 divisions versus the 1 defending German infantry division. Second battle for Bryansk. Okay, you have 2 Russian heavy armored divisions coming from Russia, Moscow, along with 4 infantry. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4 that are attacking the 3 German panzer divisions in Bryansk. All right, so that's the second battle. The third battle, okay, excuse me, you have the Battle for Baltic States, where you have a total of 2 German ground infantry divisions along with 3 artillery divisions. The Russians will be attacking with 2 infantry divisions coming from Belarus, a movement of 1. Then you have an additional 3 infantry divisions coming from Leningrad itself. Okay, in this attack you will have 1 armored unit, heavy armored division coming from Leningrad itself as well. The attack will be supported by 2 fighter squadrons coming from Moscow itself at a movement of 1, 2, and 3. Both of these fighter squadrons will be supporting the attack in the Baltic states. These squadrons will have 2 movements left in their fuel gauges for their non-combat movements. So, total of 3 attacks. Repeat here: Baltic states, Bryansk, and Rostov. Okay, so a lot of fighting. There is actually no build-up between the Germans and Russians here. It's as soon as they get those pieces out on the field, they're being engaged. They're going into the meat grinder. All right, so let's go ahead then. We'll be back shortly with the actual results of battle, with the order of battles. All right, so let's review the order of battle. Battles have been fought already, all 3 of them, and needless to say, Russia had a very good turn of events. Russia inflicted massive losses on the Wehrmacht. Yes, in the Battle of Baltic States, all 5 of the defending artillery divisions, okay, were destroyed. Okay, were destroyed. Not a single Russian infantry was lost during the return fire. Okay, not a single one. This is a massive victory for the Red Army in the Baltic states. Okay, what this does is that it places Germany momentarily at a disadvantage because Germany currently has almost very few forces in the region, with the exception of the 3 ground divisions consisting of a mechanized infantry and 2 artillery divisions in eastern Poland. So now Dutch has got to do a couple of movements back here to be able to counter the Russian army that just diced and sliced the German army in the Battle of Baltic States. All right, the second battle, Battle for Bryansk, another Russian victory. All 3 of the defending German armored panzer divisions were taken out. The Russians only lost 1 infantry division. Okay, interesting. Battle of Rostov, same thing here. Another victory for the Russian Red Army. No loss for the Russian army here. Another victory. The Germans lost a single defending infantry division. And during all 3 battles, the Russians only lost 1 infantry ground division. Very strong appearance by the Red Army. All right, so let's go ahead with the non-combat movements for the Russians. All right, the 2 fighters that assisted with the air support in the attack for the Baltic States, they still have 2 movements left in their fuel gauges. They will not need all 2, just 1. They will be landing in Leningrad. Okay, so that's the final resting spot for those 2 aircraft. Okay, the infantry division in Samara will be moving east or west, actually, at a movement of 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's not forget that there is a minor industrial complex in Samara which allows, that infantry division to be railroaded at a movement of 1, 2, and 3 into Belarus. All right, that's it for all the non-combat movements on the European theater side of the war. Let's go over to the Pacific side, where you'll have the 4 Russian infantry divisions in Manchuria moving into Jehol at a movement of 1. Then you'll have an additional 8 infantry divisions, okay, moving into from Korea into Manchuria, along with its 2 AAAs. All right, so that's it for the non-combat movements. All right, so let's go ahead then with the final placements of the newly purchased units for the Russian army. In Moscow, Cowboy will be placing 1 heavy armored division, 1 artillery, along with 2 infantry divisions. In Leningrad, he'll be placing 1 infantry, 1 artillery, and 1 heavy armored division. Okay. The Soviet Union is still qualifying for Lend-Lease coming from the United States. Cowboy rolled a 4, which means that the Russia will acquire 1 destroyer through the Lend-Lease Act from America. He will be placing this destroyer in Sea Zone 115 along with the rest of the Russian fleet. Okay, I mean, it's not necessarily what he needs, but you know what? It does, it is something. It does help protect the Soviet Union from any amphibious operations that Dutch may perform later on, which I don't see one coming anyway, but it may just, you never know, may happen. But in any case, so let's do the income tracker. Russia will go up. Let me remove, that's German marker. That's 1, 2, okay, and 4. That's 4. So, according to Cowboy, he is collecting 34 IPCs. All right, so I'm not quite certain if that is correct, but I thought he had 29 IPCs left. If he went up 4, that should be 33. But I may be wrong. I believe he said in his video that Russia was collecting 34 IPCs. Cowboy, if you're watching this, correct me if I'm wrong, but according to my math, you should be collecting 33, but I know you did say 34. Okay. All right. So we have approached the end of round a turn 5.2, Russia. Okay. Very good round, very strong round for Cowboy. He's been able to push back the attacking Germans in Rostov, Bryansk, and Baltic states. Just that it is the end of round 5.2. I hope that you enjoyed this episode and that you go ahead and watch the Japan turn, which is episode 5.3. I guarantee that you'll enjoy that episode. As soon as I'm done uploading this episode, I will go ahead and upload 5.3, which has already been completed itself as well. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching this episode. And as always, don't forget to bunker down and play.